Uncover the hidden world of political campaigns in just 5 minutes. Join me, your host, David Washington, on CounterTop Politics every Monday for exclusive campaign insights, tantalizing innuendo, and the secret sauce behind successful political campaigns. Don't miss out. Let's go. All right, everyone. It is your favorite political innovator, David Washington. We're back on a beautiful Monday. Sorry about the brightness behind me. However, of course, I am not at my usual location. I am in parts unknown, Florida. So, enough of the waffling. Let's get right to it. The 2025 election cycle is officially over. And here's some of my insights of what I saw, what I've experienced, and of course, my general knowledge about politics in 2025. Overall, we're going to see a lot of what we saw in 2025 in 2026. And by saying that, very familiar faces. Very familiar faces will present themselves for election to new offices. That's the first thing. We're going to see folks focus on that. Sorry about the noise in the background. I should have taken care of that. As a matter of fact, it's okay. We took care of the noise in the background. Some vacuuming being taken care of. However, we're going to see a lot of what we saw in 2025 in 2026. Like I said, familiar faces running for newer offices to them. We're going to see a lot of conversation about affordability. Yes, that word, affordability, because, Americans are stating that things are unaffordable. Yes, for a young man or a young woman, a young couple who are looking to buy a home, it's expensive. At 25, I was able to buy my first home. If I was 25 today and I wanted to buy a home here in Florida, I better be making a lot of money. And here in Florida, you don't make a lot of money, okay? That's just how it is compared to, say, Illinois, in Chicago, in the metro Chicago area, made a lot of money. So a lot depends on where you live also. Granted, I buy my eggs, fresh, brown, organic eggs, $39.97. Other places, $4 for a dozen or even less than that. A lot depends on where you live, the cost of living, and so many different factors that people just have to weigh into where and how they're going to live their lives. Of course, we got college debt, we got consumer debt, cars are expensive, all that stuff. So there's a lot of things at the national level. Healthcare, okay, let's not forget about healthcare. And that's a big issue as we go into 2026. There's a lot at the national level that national politics can take care of. There's a lot at the state level that state level can take care of, and local. We understand that. Oh, I hope we do understand that. However, what's really important in these times, and we're seeing more people gravitate to voting about matters that matter the most to them, voting about issues that matter the most to them. Again, going back to those kitchen table issues. Now, we'll see if that plays out, if the two major parties are able to talk to those kitchen table issues. And this has always been the case, always been the case. However, it seems to be more pronounced in these past 2025 elections. Regardless, take the time to look at the issues and study them. I know it is a very busy, busy life out there. I understand that. However, there are so many tools that we can use to educate ourselves. And again, be very conscious of the resources and the sources of information that you gain your knowledge from. I know this is like homework. This is like, doing a research paper or whatever. However, we need to get back to, or we need to get to, because I truly believe we do not, for the most part, for the vast majority of us, we do not look at the issues for what they are. We do not listen very, very closely to what candidates are saying. And I can tell you, based on much of the campaign literature, forums, debates, social media posts that I've observed in these recent elections, these candidates are not being held accountable to talking about what matters the most to you as a voter, as a parent, as a business owner, as a worker, as a mom, a dad, as an entrepreneur. They're not speaking directly to us, and we need to hold them accountable. So, enough waffling. If you enjoy this time every Monday that I share this insight with you, please share this information with those family, friends that you would think will appreciate this, including influencers, those candidates and electeds that could use some knowledge on how to be a better campaigner, how to have a better campaign. There's so much more that we can do all together in election 2026 and that news cycle. There's so much that we can do to hold ourselves accountable and have better results. I'm David Washington. Check us out across all of our content, all of our platforms, the Jane Washington Network on YouTube. Please like, share, all that good stuff. Hit the notification button. God bless. I love you. I'm David Washington. This is CounterTop Politics. We'll see you the next time. Bye now.